Hi again, it's Dan. Um, well, this is the lesson plan that I choose. This is the number 5 that I made in my journal. The topic is Feed as a Fiddle. Well, this topic is taken from the book that I have printed. I think that is better, like not to spend too much in the computer. Here is I have printed the page of the book. So, feed as a reader is like an expression that is not usual. Well, let's see. The course we already know, that is in my previous videos, third baccalaureate. So I'm going to start with this part of the teaching process. Activation. So in the activation, I prepare, it says word bank. Now I'm using words like a reference. The word bank is like they have to complete this part of a text by listening. So they have to listen. The conversation is good to practice the listening skills too. Not only students have to listen to the teacher because they can get to use listen always the same pronunciation, but they have to practice that. Here we use expressions like more heaven and earth, but shape in murky waters. But maybe they can have many questions because they can say, I don't know, what are you saying? There is no sense on those expressions because in this part the teachers have to say, okay kids, these expressions are not commonly when you speak. Okay? The teacher has to give like a short idea about what each expressions means. So, but of course after this activity. So the thing I have in this part in the building, in the building part they have to work more in the book. So we don't have, but the reality is that we cannot only work with different things because we have to stay in the curriculum too. So I work with the books. That is like a general requirement. So in this activity you have to do the matching part. It says match expressions with their corresponding meaning. So in this part, the teacher at the beginning, it says like a short idea, but not exactly what the expression means. In this part, they are going to discover, they are going to guess what each expression really means because they know, and always we have to remind them that we don't know all the things, all the grammar structures, all the words. No, it's not like that. Even we can learn at that moment with them. But it's good to tell them, to communicate them that this happens. Okay? So after this, they can have an idea what those expressions mean. And they can practice. For example, they can write first sentence. Okay, guys, let's write sentences using these expressions. Okay? Now, then they can write paragraph using those expressions. Okay? There are many ways to express ideas with those expressions in the book. So not only like doing all, filling all with it's so beautiful, it is full with answers. No, that is not. We have to focus on if they know, if they learn the expression, if they already know how to use those expressions and in what moment they have to use those expressions. Okay? Then we have, it says think of situations related to health and the environment. And in this part is when we connect with the topic. So it has the general idea about the health and environment. So in the previous video we checked about only the healthy habits. And this part is about the health and the environment. This is how we can connect these expressions with environment. What they think, what is happening in our world? How can we connect that with nature? There are many questions that we can ask the students. Okay? We have to give them the opportunity to be open-minded to the world, not only focus on one thing, different things. So, in the wrap up is, using expressions. They can use expressions based on their experiences. That is something good because they can say, okay, I remember something happened to me, and then click, they put the expression in a sentence. And that is what we want. That is the objective, to use what they learned at that moment, at the moment of the class. That is objective. That is good. Okay, we have the negative aspects and positive aspects. This time I prefer to start with the negative aspects. The negative aspects could be that they can feel that they are working only on the book, but that is what we have to avoid. The positive aspect is that we are using, of course, the curriculum. We are like translating the not stay only in the same topic. We can know more, we can investigate. We have to give them the opportunity to use their cell phones, not all the time, but to investigate, even to investigate things that they don't know. They are learning by their own also. There it says why the activities. It could be a good activity, but always I say that the way of how can you teach something boring can turn into something funny. You know what I mean? Is to change the way that we teach. It's the attitude. That's all. I think that's all. Okay? So I think that this activity is good because we sometimes need to read. We need to do these activities to exercise our brain. Okay? So then I have, what changes can I do in my plan? Okay? In the activation, I can present students all the expressions, and I can enter to the classroom and talking with them by using these expressions. So the students say, okay, I don't know what are you saying. So I say, okay, I mean, the teacher will say, I mean, so they turn the expressions in an understood kind of language that they can guess. I know what I am saying. Okay? I can do that. So then in the building part, so I can give them a text where they have to complete with those expressions, not the text from the book. I can develop another one, and they have to fit the words that the text can have sense. I can do that. So after that, I can tell the students to create a paragraph, a short paragraph that can include all the expressions in the book. So they have to think how they can fit all in a simple paragraph. It is not difficult, but it takes time to think. This is an exercise that I did when I was in the TEFL program about how to teach English. It was really good. It takes time. It took 30 minutes to fit everything, even though we were working in groups. But it's a really good exercise to keep your brain on all the time. So you say, okay, I finished. I could connect everything in one single paragraph. Okay? That is something that I can change in my plan. And finishing with a wrap up, I can create like a game, like a Kahoot game, and showing the expression. For example, what means in bad shape, and I give them the options taken from the book. So I am repeating what they are doing, but they are remembering. Okay, I know this. I saw this in the book. So we can finish with that. So that's all. Thank you so much.